Hi everyone, this is Winifred from NSR Programmers. Welcome to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe and like. So today in this session I'll show you a guide on how I will be deploying, on how to deploy a complete decentralized exchange called TradeSphere on the Evmos testnet. We'll cover everything from setting up the project and compiling the smart contracts to deploying them on chain and then interacting with the final application. We shall be using our starter kits. If you haven't cloned them, please do clone and get the structure for all the starter kits for the different deployments that we shall be carrying out. So let's get started. I think I'll start by telling you what actually we need. First is our editor, as always, and for my case I'll use VS Code. Then we need to have a node of version 16 and above. We need to have npm yarn, hard hat or foundry. We need to have a MetaMask actually with Evmos network added, and then test tokens actually to it. So for now, let me show you. My VS Code is already open, and I had already done the deployment for this. So sorry, I had already done the deployment for this, but before I go any further, let's first have to ensure that you have node installed. So when you check node version and it pops out the version, then it shows that it is installed. If yours isn't yet installed, please just endeavor, or that's the step that you should always start with, and then the npx hard hat version also. The hard hat version, as it loads, this is the project and this is the directory. So when you have your starter kit, it will not have some of the things I have here, since I have already compiled and then deployed this DEX. So my version is okay. I think everything is up to date. So let me first take you through the directory. So your cloned starter kit only has this folder for contracts, and even the folder is empty. It has the scripts that are also empty. It has the test folder, which is also empty. It has a .mvm file that is empty, but mine right now isn't empty. Then you have the docker file, the docker compose CML file, the hard hat is also there. So then the package to JSON. So after I compiled and deployed, the artifacts, the cache, and then the deployment info actually were created. So that's it. So for now, before I go any further, let's first set up our Evmos on MetaMask, and then so to have able to first configure the environment. So my environment is already configured, but I'll have to show you how to do yours. Actually, I'm not supposed to show the .mv file because it actually contains the secret keys, the private keys, but for this case I created this as a dummy account. So even if I show it, I do not have anything much that I will do with it. But for your case, please never show your .mv file. So for the MetaMask that we want where we want to add our Evmos from. Actually our major aim is to get the private key. So the private key for the MetaMask connected to Evmos. So what you need to do is to open the MetaMask. So when you open your MetaMask, you will go to networks, and then you're at networks, you go to add custom network, and then you will add the network name that you want. For our case it is Evmos testnet, and then the URL testnet, then the URL, the default RPC URL is actually gotten online, so mine is already here. Then that I got it, I'll just copy and paste it. The chain ID, I'll choose 9000. It is currently being used by Evmos test network. This is because I'd already added it into my account, so it's not for your case it should be working since you had not added it yet. Excuse me. Evmos. Then for the block explorer URL, still it is gotten online, and for me this is what I tried. Took it, it's what I'll put, so we'll also get yours and then add. But even if it's the same, it has no problem. So that's the URL. So when everything is set, and for your case this server should be active, so that's how when you click save, Evmos testnet will have been added to your MetaMask. And then once it is done, you come to your account's details and then get your private key from there. We'll be prompted to put a password for your wallet. And if successful, they'll bring for you the private key that you need to copy and then put into the .md file. So you follow the instructions. So this is the private key. So never show yours to anyone. I'm showing mine because I do not have anything much I will do with this account or with this wallet. Yeah, that's it. So and get back to, so you bring and then put it in here. So now I'll show you the basic fields, all the important fields that you must have and what you need to put there in this. So the first one is actually the Docker file is always there. In the starter kit it is even there. Then the deploy.sh, at first it is empty, but then you have to put all that is required. Then let me start with the package.json file. Actually this file this package.json file actually it defines our project and lists our dependencies. So most important we add it for the contract, and then the official Uniswap contracts we would use actually as a secure base for our DEX. So all the dependencies are put into the package.json. Then when you go to our hard hat, .config file. This actually it is the most important configuration file for deployment. When you're planning to deploy this file, you should actually handle it with a lot of care, because this is where deployment is done from. So notice, you can notice that our version is 0. For solidity it is 0.6.6, and this is because actually it is version 0.6.6, and we have chosen to start from this lower version because actually the Uniswap code that we have inherited from uses all the specific versions actually. So the network section actually, for it is configured with the Evmos testnet RPC URL actually, as you can see. Then the .env file that I've already showed you, make sure you have the RPC URL for Evmos and then the private key. And also I think that's that for now. And then when we go into contracts, I'll start with the TradeSphere factory.sol, and actually, instead of us writing a DEX from scratch, which is incredibly complex actually and risky, we use the best practice, and this practice, the inheritance practice, where we will actually inherit from the battle tested Uniswap version 2, and this actually gives us world-class security and functionalities. So for the factory.sol contract, for it actually it is simple, and its only job is to create new trading pair contracts. So our code simply inherits all the logic from Uniswap's actually version 2, and this is the file. Then for the pair, actually for it represents a single liquidity pool, actually like Evmos or /USDT, and still it is inherited directly from the Uniswap code. Then we have this router.sol, and actually it is the main contract that users interact with to perform the swaps and then add or remove liquidity. This, and actually we pass the factory address and then the active Evmos address into this contractor. So then I think that's that you need to know for now. So what next? We shall be installing the dependencies. So for my case, they are already installed. So you have to install dependencies from here. Then I think we shall now compile. For my case, I had already compiled, so it will not show anything being compiled, but for your case it should show the files that are being compiled, and then it will show a success there. But for my case it will show no file being compiled since they have already been compiled. Now has nothing to compile since it has already been, since it has already actually compiled this. So we can now run the Evmos, deploy. Let's see if it will be deployed. And actually this, as it works, or it is actually not deploying, but basically first there is the compile. Actually the command compiles our solidity code into bytecode, actually that the blockchain can understand, and then creates the API files. Our front end if needed. Then for the deployment, it will actually for it just actually connects to the Evmos testnet using the RPC URL and then the private key from So it is deploying the factory first, then it will deploy actually the router, passing the new factory address to it, but it is not deploying, and I think it's because of the URL. There is a mismatch of the RPC URLs. So I'll sort it out and then come back to you.